the Leaning Tower. It is very famous. And I started to study engineering in Pisa, in particular biomedical engineering. That was a new topic in Italy for the time, and so I started entering this complex world of connecting robotics with the health and social application. Then I had the chance to do my PhD in Biorobotics Institute uh, of Scuola Sant'Anna. It is an excellence school of robotics in known. It's a very small university in the top rankings worldwide. And this was our laboratory. And I like to mention because it was an old place of the company Piaggio that is famous for Vespa, Vespa motorbike that is famous as well. And this place was the hometown of Vespa. There is a very beautiful museum as well there. Then I had the chance to go abroad at very good university, such as Imperial College London, and this was part of my PhD. So I feel very lucky, and I of course always say thanks to my professors for these experiences. Including the experience at CMU University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, that really opened my mind in entrepreneurship world. Then I would like to share also this experience regarding robotics and micro robotics. I was working in the swallowable capsule topic. We wanted to build a kind of electronic small pill that was able to monitor the internal part of the gut. And like in Fantastic Voyage book from Isaac Asimov, my professor was inspired for creating a new set of endoscopic pills. And this was one of my creation at that time. This is really a swallowable capsule, and it is nice because it's very connected to what I want to share you later with the ABZero. This was the set of capsules, on the endoscopic capsules we created for the analysis of the endoscopic of the gastrointestinal tract, and this was done for preventing pathologies. So, as biomedical engineering was very important for doing this. Then I moved my experience to surgical robotics, in particular to reconstruct an endoscopic, a surgical robotic room inside the abdomen of the people in order to treat small pathologies that were diagnosticated before. So this was my background, and this also inspired the new things we started to do. I wanted to share this video that I mean, now it's not a nice things to show because there are many electrical cars worldwide. This is one of them, but this is to show that autonomous things could be done, and this is important, and was the inspiration for what we did later. I like, as I told you, I like to be this seminar not only a presentation of ABZero, but also I would like to share some basic concept that inspired our work. And one of these is the IoT ecosystem. So the Internet of Things ecosystem. This is important because internet open many many things in the world, as we know, and we rely on the internet to do what we do. Of course, this can be paid via sites as well, but it is a major thing that I wanted to share with you. And in particular, in the university, I did my um, period abroad in PhD in Academy University. This terms was invented the first time, and this was important because nobody was thinking of giving internet connections to objects, and this was done in a vending machine selling cokes in 1982. The important part of IoT object design is that things should have a reasoning module, a sensing module, and a communicating and interacting module. And to this concept, I wanted to add the the new concept of robotics, the new part of the robotics internet of robotic things is the acting part. We have to remember that we in the real world we rely on acting on the world, so giving actions on the world, and this is important to interact, of course. And this opened the way to many applications, such as smart home, such as medical, such as smart and transportation in smart cities, and industry 4.0, so giving internet to also to industrial machines, and also that is the fact that interests us very much. The medical and healthcare system can be also innovated, and in these concepts, ABZero was born. ABZero name is due to the blood groups AB and O or zero. And so we really want to be the life-saving partner of the future. We or sorry for Italian. Sorry for Italian in this slide. They just share to the English version. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. Okay, I will share from presentations, but sorry for that. So we started from the problem that 5 million blood bags are wasted every year in the world because of problems in delivery, and more than 10,000 kidneys are discarded per year. That has not so much economic value, but one blood bag can save one life, so it becomes very important. And sometimes this is due to the long delivery time and difficult of managing process in the current practical clinic. So we invented the smart capsule solution, that is a smart container that can guarantee the quality of what we transport on board. And it is equipped with the traditional and innovative sensors as well. Traditional sensors are temperature, humidity, acceleration sensors, and this is enough to guarantee the quality in a normal way. Also, we also included innovative sensors. This means that we could count the number of blood cells that are destroyed during the delivery process. And these are our innovative sensors that are called mini lysis or mini lysis that are used for that are IoT optical devices to monitor the quality of the material we transport. And the system is completed by the software platform we developed that is composed of a web-based application, a mobile application, and a software running on the smart capsule for making it intelligence. That is the artificial intelligence enabled on the smart capsule. This enabled the supervision of autonomous vehicle, and this allow us to to enable the delivery process with drones in a very simple way. And I try to share um, a video here so you can eventually see it. I just deactivate the sound. Okay, you can see here all the process of our application that is completely managed by the medical doctors or the medical or people working in the medical field. So without need of having the driving license for drones. This is really important because could help us to export our system in any place. And this is the importance of connecting with you and showing this system to you because you are as with robotics, you have contacts with many people that really needs this kind of solution for saving lives. And in Italy, we used, for example, in this case, for the activity that we performed in a remote island. But we also performed, and this is another video, activities inside hospitals. So for connecting hospitals giving the machine the possibility to connect different area of the hospital. This is a solution for preserving human people for doing other jobs that are more important in the hospital. These were some activities on in some places in Italy that are also very, very interesting. I shall continue with the presentation because I want to share sorry, the fact that working on the capture for us means that we can be multi-drone. So we can use the drone that are already placed in different countries for being activated by our system in order to speed up the process of acceptance of the solution and also to make everything more usable from people. And so we explored really many kinds of drones that we try to apply to our devices. Sorry again for the Italian in these slides. I don't have the English version of this. But this is the drone we are currently using for our application. We also have another kind of, this is a multicopter. It means that there's many propellers and behaves like an helicopter. We also have drones that fly in vertical and then behaves like airplanes. So they are faster. They can cover longer distances as well. In any place we work, we of course think to the service to provide the service in a complete service. So we also design this kind of solutions for embedding the drone in a box. There are many solutions on the market, but this solution for us is very important because it can, of course, embed our drone, and it has this QR code on board, and of course it can provide energy to the drone with the solar panels that is placed over here, and allow to have a full autonomous solution. And I also show a video to demonstrate what we do with that QR code. Again, managing the difficult part of the flight is very important in our solution. So we use artificial vision we use artificial vision to manage difficult part of the process, such as the landing process. And this is important because people that doesn't do how drones works should need should not be connected on any way. The drone should be there, and the only things you can do is detaching the capsule from it after it has precisely landed in a 2 per 2 meters platform. The platform you can see here is the same dimensions as the one I showed to you. This was a previous prototype that we already have in our facilities. As you can see, this is a urban environment, and for drones, this is the difficult part for facing regulations. So we are really working on these aspects. We also use artificial intelligence to recognize people and to avoid the landing of the drone, for example, for safety reason. So our system could be really applied to many contexts for for really saving lives. And and I can go on with with this presentation, showing you few of the activities we activated in Italy and in some European areas, such as the activity at San Raffaele Hospital in Milan. San Raffaele Hospital is a European hospital. So it has many places where which excellence surgery is applied as well. And they also work very much with pediatric patients, and they also use very costly and effective um, drugs that comes from genic therapies. So we set up routes at San Raffaele Hospital for connecting remote parts where pharmacies is with the central parts where surgery is performed. But of course, this system also applies to external part of the hospital. We also perform some activities in Spain in an hospital environment that also help us to get experience with our project. And we also work in a very urban scenario, such as Turin. By the way, José Chiorino, my colleagues, is here connected with us, and I thank him for promoting this initiative with robotics. This scenario was also important for us because it was a continuous service scenario. We worked in this hospital for 2 months a day. Was the first case in Italy that was possible thanks to our solution. We also go through long-range activities. Before these activities, the maximum activity we performed was like 6 kilometers far. That is not so useful for me. And so it was 17 kilometers long. And we also performed in this point a passage, a travel under a bridge. So we also traveled under a bridge, and it was very useful for an operation viewpoint. So our capsule can really control in an autonomous way. It can really control the flight of the drone. We also last September performed some operation in Sicilian island, Sicily Islands in Aeolian Islands in Sicily, in Italy, and this was also a success. This is the team that every day allows the activities we perform. I mentioned Jose before, but there is also the technical team that is taking care of the activity. And of course, we have external advisors, and we really like to open this activity with these connections with you in order to promote these technologies and eventually delivery to where it is really needed. I would also like to share before closing, I mean, the presentation part and opening for your question to some important point of regulations. As you saw, I touched very different aspects of these projects. It is very big. I could speak for each topic for hours. But of course, I will be happy to answer to your questions. In particular, I want to share the guidelines required in Europe, in particular, for the application of drone flight in urban environment in particular, but also, of course, to other environments. This is important because we have to perform a specific operation risk assessment, this SORA process that help us to reduce the risk associated to operations and really connect points and save life instead of falling on people. And we can do this thanks to the artificial intelligence that help us to reduce the risk associated to the operation and working in this category that is called specific, in which we can perform this delivery. So we are not a small drone, we are not an airplane, so we can move inside a specific constraints. And this can be very useful because working in Italy and Europe is very good because we really rely on strict regulations. And so we are very sure that our system is completely safe. I just follow these slides. You don't have to read. I don't have to tell you, but it's just to say that the SORA process, the process of reductions of risk is very complicated. And we take care of any aspects in order to close specific operations and connect points. In principle, technically speaking, the drone is very easy to fly. We have the app, we just write the route and the drone flies, but it's not true from a regulatory viewpoint. So in emergency, we can do something more also in Italy, because of course, emergency is also even important than I mean, saving many lives in exceptional situations is could be reduce the risk of the drone falling down. So these are very complicated analysis we perform. Just to mention one, for example, of course, we follow all the guidelines. But just to give you an example, we have to reduce the risk that the impact of the drone cause damages, for example. And what we do, we use parachutes and we use these safe checkpoints. It means that we already know where to land if something bad happens. And for going to I mean, for closing this part of the presentation, I would like to share some beautiful moments from experimentation. This was really from the initial steps of our journey. This was my co-founder, but he finally left, and this was another person working with us. And this is me having fun with an helicopter that was working in the same area of our drone. So it was very interesting to interact with real flying objects. Before this, nobody was flying in these conditions because it is considered too dangerous. So what we did is to make everything possible through a very specific risk analysis that we performed. This is my car with some things from experimentations. And again, my colleagues working in this Polo Tecnologico, that is one of our, I mean, the real one operative headquarter of ABZero. We are, we are not many people. We have many collaborators, as you saw. The focus of our company is based on four person that work on different aspects of the projects. Um, I uh, I go to the end through these sections. As you know, I started from my experience, then I moved to the technical side, then to ABZero. Now I would like to share with you my experience about founding a new company. I don't know exactly your backgrounds, but I think that these, I mean, I wish to have learned these tips before founding a company or before starting a new project. So I will share it going to the end. Before starting, I knew that this valley of death for new companies existed, but what I didn't know was that it's really very long because it depends on many things. And the answer to this is, of course, investments and so on, but also, and more important, the vision of your team member or my team member. And so this is important to grow up. And this is reflected as well in the reasons why startup fails, like us, but we want to keep going for really taking our technology into a real use in for social applications and also for saving lives. From these 20 reasons, I prefer not the right team. That is really meets what I just told to you. And I also like to share, but I think that you also are part of a great organization that has the vision, had the idea to do something, and it is doing. And this is the important part because we have many companies, many associations doing the same. But the important thing is never stop to do things, to do concrete things, and move to the next steps. And these are example of companies that did a real good executions in their journey. And this is, I mean, I related these sentences to business because we are supposed as ABZero to be a business company. uh, we think that new ideas are needed for making the world better, not only related to the business side, but in particular, they have to improve it also from social aspects. And also intended the business as a big significance. I would like to say that the ability to go on in life and with our projects is to devote all the efforts to the growth and to the success of our project. So this is important, and really I want to share to give space to questions because I mean the way we met with robotics.org was very interesting, and we think that you can help us to do something concrete together, and we really want to share to make our technology available for your social project as well. So I'm here also to meet you, of course, and to exchange ideas, and of course to answer to your questions. I tell you thanks again for allowing me to present in this workshop. And I close with our vision of the company that we are breaking distances to save lives. That is really the motor that push us to do better and better. And thank you.
Thank you very much,
And I give space
Giuseppe.
to questions.
Thank you. Thank you, Giuseppe, for your great presentation, not just for sharing the technology, because it's not just about technology, it's about sharing your background and even better your experience as a startup. We thank you for that. It was a small master class and also very interesting about sharing about regulations, because we understand that at this precise moment when we talk and think about drones and cargo delivery, and not just cargo, but talking about sensitive cargo as blood, organs, and medical supplies can be, is a challenge. Is a challenge, but the idea is to break distance and save life, as more or less related to your mission. So the door is open, Flying Labs, for any questions. This is the moment you can ask Giuseppe any question that you might have about their solution.
Yes, about that, and also sharing your experience, your background. So I really can focus the answer in the things that interest more and more you. Don't be shy.
I honestly, before they send question, I have one. Did you mention the specs, the weight? I don't remember the weight of the device. If you mentioned, I didn't remember the weight.
Yeah, probably I mentioned not the full characteristics. We always, for regulation, need to fly below 25 kilograms in total, including drone and including payload. So this means that we carry up to 8 kilograms material, but we have other drones that can carry 200 kilograms. So again, having a capsule that can be transferred from different drones allows, I just show to you while other person eventually could ask question. You should screen you should see my screen again. This is, for example, a solution that is a drone carrying like four smart capsule or like 35 kilograms, but this can carry up to 200 kilograms. The funny things is that the drone exists, the capsule exists, the regulation does not exist. So this is important to manage.
Very interesting. Thank you, Giuseppe, for sharing. Let us see. Let me check if somebody has written. Not yet. The door is open for
Yeah,
questions.
I ask you a question. I mean, this is part of cycle seminars. How do you, I mean, which is the background of people involved, and
Okay.
what are the next steps you expect from
Thank you for your question, Giuseppe. Yeah. Well, here we have all members from the network, from the Flying Labs network. I can mention you some countries, and for example, we have Haiti. We have representative from Haiti. We have representative from Brazil, from Costa Rica. We also have from Panama. We also have from Uganda. Uh, how it works. We also have our specialists from drone regulations from We Robotics who give support in matter of you were talking about Soda, so I know she was she was paying a lot of attention to Soda. Yeah, because
We
she's
touched
very
there. We touched their passion.
yeah. And we have one question, I think.
Yeah, hi, Giuseppe. Thank you for sharing with us your experience. It's really amazing. And congratulations for your work. And you mentioned that you just start working in the university. I would like to know if you're still working with them. What is the relationship with the university? If you have some workforce from the students, because in some flying labs, the work is quite close with the universities. I would like to hear about your experience. Thank you.
Thank you for your questions. I don't work anymore with university. I was a researcher in university, but ABZero is a spin-off company of is the we believe connection between university and companies and new companies. We collaborate with the students in particular, and we developed new solutions also thanks to this collaboration in projects and in research projects we can do. So yeah, ABZero is starting from university, but still have connection with them. Yeah. Then I was hearing that somebody's from Brazil. In Brazil, there are, by the way, we have a girl in the company that sings Brazilian songs. She's very nice. And in Brazil, these medical technologies are really developed. Also in Uganda, I mean, we have the first example of drones for medical delivery that is zipline. We started 2 or 3 years later than them, and we make the opposite side than these big companies, big American companies, focusing on the most important things, that is the material to be transferred, that is the blood bag, of course, the blood of medicines. This is very important because the drones cannot fly ever. I mean, if there is rain or if the batteries for a big worm get down suddenly, we cannot fly anymore. So we could have problems with wind. So we keep the technology and the good to be transported inside the capsule. And doing this, we can still monitoring it, still localizing it. We don't want to lose it. So this is an advantage that could be exploited, and it is good because we really devote all our investment in the capsule. So we don't need to do thousands of different models of drones. We just take the best on the market, maybe the best drone in some places, the one from Zipline. The best one in Brazil is another one. So this multimodality is very important for us in order to work with local drone producers and local drone.
Thank you, Giuseppe. Thank you for your answer.
Thank you so much for your presentation. My name is Tina from Uganda. I've heard you talking about Zipline. I don't think Zipline was given the opportunity to fly here. I was on a IDI project where we did health drone cargo in Kalangala. The reason why it was not accepted is because their costs were quite high for the government to sustain. I know it's happening in Rwanda, but not in Uganda. Unless otherwise there's something new I'm not aware of. Yes. Okay, on another note, I also wanted to find out, because we've used an M300 for the drone cargo between islands. And one of the challenges which we had was poor network the network integrity was quite poor. Is there a way we can work around it? Because it's very hard to get a good network integrity, especially in remote areas. What has been your solution to such instances, particularly if you fly above a certain altitude and there are quite a lot of obstacles like mass or other deterring factors for the network to be flawless? That's one question. And secondly, I know that these drones are usually remodeled because it's from a manufacturer so that they can have a QR code which scans the whatever, the tailor-made QR code for it to land. What software are you using? Are you using an open source, or you have integrated a software that is commercial? Because we had an open software which tended to have glitches here and there.
Thank you, Tina, for your questions more than once. First of all, sorry, I really mismatched Uganda with Rwanda. Sorry, really sorry for that. So Zipline is active in Rwanda, right? That's fine. About the answers to your questions, first of all, with the capsule, we are trying to build a redundant device that even with poor connections can still guide the drones the best way. And this is done through open source software such as Mavlink, such as other kind of, such as ground control stations, such as mission planners and so on. We produce internally the software, the app, but it can be really integrated also with other open source software as well. So we are open to this side because we are still elastic on all these topics. Regarding the poor connection that may appear in some places, as I told you, we try to give the capsule the possibility to work with the drone without the human interventions in the first steps. So what we are doing in this moment, we also develop solutions such as this one that can help us localizing the drone even without satellite connections. So we rely on visual connections to reconstruct what is going around, and this design is following the drone without the of the GNSS, the connection to satellites. And this is very interesting because we would really interested to find the activities that we are testing in Italy and Europe with the European Space Agency. In particular, we had the luck of having two projects about this, in which bigger companies with respect to us are developing specific antenna that use channels of signals and frequencies from the satellites that can be helpfully for continue guiding the drone if something happens or if there is poor signals, but they are lightweight and they are not costly. They are 3D printed antennas that a university from Nice is developing in this project, and we as ABZero we are testing. So we try to really, I mean, we don't know. In Italy, we have some places in which the connection is poor, but of course, the situations in other countries could be different. So it's also a very important challenge for us face with these realities. This reason we would very interested in finding a way to collaborate with you we are ready. We collaborate with some investors in past that was pushing in some initiative in Africa. So I mean our as a zip line, of course, as an inspiration, our goal could be also serve these countries. So I mean, we are really very open to this kind of application. Also in Brazil, for example, I mean, I hope I answered to all your questions, but in principle, we really keep elastic and ready to do anything. And of course, if you don't do questions now, you can go on questions by email. I share you. I mean, Daria and the others knows my email, but I share it again in the chat.
Yes, thank you, Tina and Diego, for your questions. Thank you, Giuseppe, for your answers. Of course, if any member of the network is interested in getting in touch with ABZero directly, we will be more than happy to facilitate that connection and interaction between the Flying Lab and your company, ABZero. For sure, yes. Any other question?
So is that one of your mitigation plans when you're writing in the SORA regarding a loss of connection, that you've got a backup, external backup system? Okay, thank you.
Also working in the urban scenario, we use as a mitigation the fact that the capsule is always connected to the drone. It is a physical button, so we can react to any errors of the drone in a very easy way in less than 0.3 seconds. So it's very fast reaction. So that is the last guarantee that the drone is not acting anybody. So we are trying to do that. Of course, if there is a stable connection, we call the remote pilot that from the control center could do something more for preserving the operation.
Thank you.
And of course, we put everything in the SORA process. It's always difficult, of course, but we try to really use technology, mathematics, and physics to say that it's really difficult to. I mean, if you have a long route, the risk of connection with people is very low. Considering that we have different levels of protections, at the end we have the parachutes. So if everything fails, I also have the parachutes, and if the parachute fails, it's really difficult to. I mean, the risk is very, 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 very low. Yeah, it's 10 minus 8 as a number.
Thank you very much, Giuseppe. I don't know if we have any other question from the network.
As I told, I remain available in general, and I really thank you, Dania, for this possibility.
No, thanks once again for your presentation, for sharing your experience. I think there's a lot of value behind it. Thanks once again. We keep in touch with the network daily. So if any of the participants have any question, here Giuseppe already shared his email. And if not, we will be more than happy to connect you. Yes. So thank you very much once again.
Welcome. I leave you with the challenge of finding opportunities to use this technology in your contest. So I always think that meeting each other